Heyo and welcome to another episode of Build&Battle Season 2, our Manor Lords Let's Play, where we will build a beautiful medieval city while battling off bandits, brigands, and no-good doers. In the last episode, we solidified our iron ore trade in Pinedale and Moonbright, as well as added a few smaller expansions in Rivermouth, New Anamruth, and Cordovia. So if you happen to miss that episode, be sure to click on the info card above or check out the entire Build&Battle Season 2 playlist in the description below. In today's episode, we're going to return to Rivermouth to capitalize on our farming giant, as this territory currently exports barley and flax into our capital city of New Anamruth, and I want to level the capital city up in upcoming episodes. To accomplish this, we will increase our farmlands, workforce, and hopefully add either our sheep breeding or fertilization development node to our farming territory. Do you think we'll be able to get to our next development point in Rivermouth? Be sure to stick until the end to find out. First things first, if we want to expand our fields, we will need a workforce to work those fields. Therefore, I'm going to add perhaps 5 more families to the population of Rivermouth. Because I want Rivermouth to have a rural aesthetic feel to it, I am going to place these burgage plots away from our existing ones to space out the families a bit more. Now, because I want to get level 2 burgage plots, we need to evaluate what is needed to level up our existing ones. So if we take a look here, currently our people in Rivermouth are lacking clothes. So let's be kind of clever with our new burgage plots and let's add in the goat shed instead of the chicken coops. This way we have a passive income of hides that we can then create clothes from. So yeah, let's jump right on in and let's add in our burgage plots and a tannery, so when we have those sweet hides, we can turn them into clothes. Awesome. Now that we have the burgage plots built, let's go through and see what existing ones we might be able to upgrade. And already we have 3 right here. have a workforce, next we need to add fields for them to farm. I am going to keep to the same 1 Morgan per family strategy, and I've chosen the 3 crop rotation strategy as we have, well, 3 crops. This way we have a yield of crop each year, but also a year where the fields can fallow and hopefully get fertilized by our sheepies. If we get rye, I'll switch to the 4 field rotation system. Now, while we're building our fields, let me know down in the comments your favorite setup for your crops and your farms in your games. Now that we have our crops underway for our next season and we have our development point, let's jump in and take a look at what we can get. Now, I'm kind of thinking one of 2 options, either the fertilization or the sheep breeding. Sheep breeding allows the sheep grazing on the pastures to slowly multiply, so this could be beneficial for us because then we won't be importing sheep, which, obviously costs us money. They would just breed and we would have more. But I've noticed personally that this takes forever for the sheep to actually breed. The other option is fertilization, which allows the new upgrade Fence Up, which allows us to use fallow fields as a pasture, which rapidly restores lost fertility. I haven't actually gotten to play with fertilization yet, so I think this is going to be the node that we take. And then, how do we do? I think we should just be able to come into the farmhouse. Nope, we come into the fields. Okay, so we come into the fields and it costs us 5 planks to fence up. So let's go through and let's fence each. Hopefully we have enough. Let's go through and see if we how far 26 planks will go for us. Probably only 5 fields in all honesty. All right, that's all of our planks for now. I'll continue to upgrade these as more planks come in. Now, fencing up will do us no good unless we actually have sheep being imported into Rivermouth. So let's come on into the livestock trading post here in Rivermouth and let's add 1 employee in so we can start importing the sheep. And you know what? Actually, I'm thinking about that while we're here. Come to trade. Import. How many sheepies do we want? We have 43 pasture space and 30 sheep. Let's cap it at 40. Perfect. Now let's do the same thing for the actual sheep farm in Rivermouth. So we'll add 1 family in real quick. And I think 1 family should be enough. We'll stick with 1 family for now. All right, so I also think we are going to impulsively place a weaver's shop right here next to our livestock farm. And I'm mainly doing this because why not? The tannery will provide some clothes to our people, but the weaver's shop will also take the wool that our sheep farm will passively create and turn it into more clothes. So let's kind of see where we could wiggle this in nicely. And I'm kind of thinking right here isn't a bad spot. I think it'll have quite a bit of aesthetic. Yeah, I like that there. Okay. There we go. Next, the very last building I want to construct in today's episode actually includes a second trading post right at the edge of New Namruth. This is a little bit of an experiment, but I want to see if this helps increase our trade between Rivermouth and New Namruth. So what I'm thinking is placing this right here, as we have both a large granary, large storehouse, and two separate marketplaces right in this area. So let's grab that trading post. And let's figure out a nice way that we can orient this. I think I actually would rather have it just like so. Let's run a road. Alright, so this is actually a wicked nice quality of life. It appears the new trade post picked up our preferences from the original located closer to the center of the city. Honestly, this is wicked nice. I'm so happy about this, because now we don't actually need to jump back and forth and try to reset everything to match. Alrighty everyone, I think that just about wraps up today's episode. Today we expanded our territory of Rivermouth by adding more farm fields, workforce, and technology to advance the settlement. So if you enjoyed today's building episode, hit that like button, and if you're excited to see the next episode, then consider subscribing so you're notified when the episode airs. Until next time, I hope everyone has a phenomenal week.